to Uncommon Conversations. I am your host, Zsa Zsa C. Hubbard. I totally missed you guys, and I'm so glad that you are here because I have an amazing show today. I have a young lady, a Detroit native, all the way here giving us an amazing product. Now, ladies, I know you're going to love it. And fellas, you all are going to be thanking me later as well because this young lady has a product that's not only healthy, but it is going to help the future of products for all of the women across the world, not only here in the city of Detroit, but all around the world. People are going to be looking for this product. And she is here today, the one and only Miss Carlettia Ellis. Hey, Carlettia girl.
Thank you so much for having me.
Listen, first of all, I want to thank you for all the sisters in the back and all the sisters around the world. I want to thank you so much for allowing God to take that idea out of your head, and you are taking this idea and just allowing it to blossom and bloom. And we're going to jump right into it. You are a Detroit native, born and raised in Detroit. Tell me, what was it like growing up in the city of Detroit?
Well, I grew up on the east side of Detroit, and I grew up low income, below the poverty line. And so, growing up, it was three sisters. It was me and my two sisters. So we were always looking for new ideas. We had a candy stand. We went to the Detroit schools. Only until high school, my mom took us to charter schools, to kind of get us away from the atmosphere, I guess you could say. And so naturally, I've always been an entrepreneur, starting from a candy store, starting from making clothes, doing hair, Detroit hustle. You always have so many different hats. So yeah, it definitely came in handy as I got older.
Now, you say that you grew up in a household pretty much poor. You made it sound good. I love how you made it sound. You gave me the politically correct version, but you grew up east side of Detroit and you grew up poor, and you have always been an entrepreneur your whole entire life, and you have your siblings. Now, what was it like now that you are an entrepreneur and you actually have a product? Fast forward, what is that like now as it relates to your product and being an entrepreneur?
Absolutely. My sisters and my mom did not agree. They were like, a menstrual cup. Oh no, I'll stick to my whatever, my pads or my tampons. And they did not agree. I tried to get them to go into business with me. They just didn't understand it until I got the products, and they're like, "Oh, you're serious?" And I'm like, "Yes. Here's the finished product," kind of like the little red hen. You know what I mean? And I gave one to my sister and my mom, and literally they do not use pads or tampons. Maybe, a light day, they'll use a panty liner or so, but I've converted them. I took my biggest naysayers, and I turned them into my biggest supporters. So, it definitely felt good to have them on my side finally, because I've been working on this product for, a year and a half, 2 years now. So it it felt good for them to say, "Good job, I love it." So.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, so it's so much that you just said that I love, and I want to go back because I know our viewers are probably like, what the heck are they talking about? They talking about a menstrual cycle. They talking about biggest naysayers. So for those of you that are watching, Miss Carlettia Ellis is the owner and founder and product developer of Vesi Cup, which is a menstrual, what would you call it? Because this is your product. You tell the viewers all about Vesi Cup.
Yes. So it is a menstrual cup. So it is in place of a tampon, and it's a 100% medical grade silicone made in an FDA approved facility. So simply, it's foldable. So you'll fold it, right?
Okay.
Fold it, you'll insert it. It opens, and then it just stays there. You can hold up to 12 hours. I wouldn't suggest 12 hours. I say, go around 8 or at the most, like a work shift. But, it doesn't dry you out. It doesn't knock off your pH, so there's no smell. It catches your clot, so you don't have to worry about that. I know it sounds like a disturbing conversation.
No, this is what Uncommon Conversation is all about. And this is real because women are dealing with, fibroid tumors. They're dealing with irregular periods. And men got to deal with this. They the ones got to get us the ice cream, the blanket, deal with our attitudes, our emotions, our highs, our lows. They got to deal with the after smell. And if they want some while we on, and they want to have sexual intercourse, because this is a TV show, so I got to be politically correct. But if they want to get it on, this affects them. So I love this about that. Now tell us more about the product.
Yes. So what the good thing is they are reusable. So one cup can last up to about 5 years or so. I will say get another, unless you alternate between your cups, then of course that has it last longer. So if you think about it from a financial standpoint, you get your period every month. Not every woman, and I understand. But you get your period, you spend about $10 on average. So a month, times that by 12, that's $120 a year. Times that by 5, you're looking at $600 versus this one cup, which mines go for $30 or $29.99. That's all you need is just the one. And you're only going to use it 1 week out of the month. So instead of going to the store and getting more sanitary napkins, you'll already have your menstrual cup ready to go. And so when you purchase the cup, you will get, the cup comes in the bag. It doesn't come open. It's already, it was made in a medical facility, so it's sealed. And you'll get instructions, of course, on how to use the product. I'm not going to leave you hanging, ladies. You got your pamphlet there.
Wow.
And also it comes with a satin bag, so that way you're able to store it in between uses. And, of course, that's, you don't want to just leave it around. Another product I offer is the sterilizing container. It is branded with my brand, and you can. This is so you'll put your cup in here, along with some boiling water, some vinegar and salt is what I would use, or some soap that is silicone friendly. Boiling water, put it on in there, and you give it a shake. Let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes. Shake it again, and then you go ahead and rinse it off, and you can store it for the month until next month's cycle. So you don't have to go and buy it every month. I mean, you may want to buy two, depending on how often you want to go in between your cups. But it's something that'll save money in the long run.
This is brilliant. I promise you this is brilliant. This is brilliant. I mean, I can't even say it enough of how brilliant you are, and thank you. I think to all of the women and men around the world, thank you. Thank you for this product. And I love the fact that you said that this product didn't just happen overnight. For all of the people who want to be entrepreneurs and they have different ideals that they want to start, it didn't happen overnight. You said a year and a half, 2 years. What are some encouraging words that you want to give to those individuals who have products that want to start some things? Because you did the dirty work. You did the good work, the dirty work, and everything else. Tell our viewers what are some things that they should need to look forward to.
Be patient and keep going is the best thing I can communicate, because there are times I financed this company myself. Like, I believed in this product. There is no loans, no mentors. I didn't have a business partner. It was just me and my idea in my brain. So of course there are times that you're going to be like, man, I should just say forget it, or this isn't going to pay off. I had to realize it took me 2 years to get to the beginning phase to develop the product. So this is where I'm just now starting, even though I feel like I've been doing this for a while. No, like, I'm just starting, but really not really, if that makes any sense. So I just have to remind myself that where I'm going isn't going to come overnight also, just like where I am didn't come overnight. So I just have to tell myself to be patient and keep going, even if it is just internal dialogue most times. But for that has
And that makes sense. And that makes so much sense. And speaking of the fact that you didn't have, normally what other ethnicities would have, when it comes to starting a business, and knowing the temperament of our country and the climate that we're in and the new leadership. We have a new VP and vice president. And so, you being a black woman, double minority, what was that process like? People taking you serious, and just actually standing your ground as a woman and as an entrepreneur. Tell us about that.
Yes, please. So that's another reason why I went into the menstrual space, because you don't see a black woman talking about periods, and so I feel as though we should have a share in that because we are women, and we shouldn't have to worry about a man company. Most brands that deal with, tampons are men. They're owned by men or corporations that don't care about the everyday woman. So when I designed this product, I designed a woman in mind. Like, hey, ladies, I know this sounds, this may not sound like, Kotex or tampon or Tampax or whatnot, but this is something that's better for us. Like, it's way more healthy. We don't know what is in those tampons. Honestly, look it up. Look at there's so many chemicals inside of tampons and pads. They don't even know, and they're not FDA approved. So this is why, they're saying, oh, it's drying you out. And then you have other brands that's like, oh, we have this protective layer. You shouldn't need the protective layer. It's because of all the chemicals that are in that product. So when I did my research on menstrual cups, I'm like, this is so much better. Like, we were only told wings and strings as a woman growing up, wings and strings, and that was it. So I think that the cup is the progression, the next step, because I have a 10-year-old daughter. I wouldn't give her a cup right away, Wow. Yeah, so I wanted to take control over what we are putting in our bodies. And so the silicone is 100% silicone. It's BPA free. There's no latex. It's hypoallergenic. And it's reusable. Like, that's so much to me, it makes more sense to do that versus a tampon that I don't know what's in it.
And speaking of what's in it, a lot of people have no idea. They'll go to the store, they go to their local convenient marks, they go get their sanitary napkins, and they going on about their day. Now, a lot of people don't think that tampon shock syndrome or toxic shock syndrome is real. A lot of people have heavy flows and they're doubling up on tampons and maxi pads. People don't understand, the health side of it. Tell me a little bit of what you found on the research end, because women are literally dying, and I don't think that people really are making a fuss about it because of the money and the coin that's involved.
Mm-hmm. So toxic shock is just basically the chemicals entering your body and taking away your good bacteria in your vaginal area. So it's just basically you're getting a dose of chemicals or a dose of something that your body is not supposed to have. So that's why we have bad cramps and bad periods. It's because we are losing the liquids or the juices that we need down there naturally to clean ourselves. So instead of letting it flow, we're blocking it up. That's soaked with cotton, or not cotton, that's soaked with chemicals, and it's just taking our goods, I guess you could say, and leaving behind those chemicals. So toxic shock means literally you're getting chemical shock. So with menstrual cups, you don't have that. It's not linked to toxic shock. And so, you can literally forget it's there. Sleep all night, no leaks, and you wake up and my cramps are better. I don't have bad cramps. And my flow is lighter, I will say. I had a bad, like, I was throwing up type cramps, like Lord help me type, I hated my period. I forget I'm on my period. I just put it in and I forget sometimes. I know that sounds bad.
No, that doesn't sound bad at all, because there are so many women and men who ruin their clothes, their sheets. It hinders their sex life, and this is safe for people to have intercourse, correct?
Not intercourse, because the cup will block the vaginal. My apology, where the cup go? But you can have foreplay, and so, like, and he might not even know that I'm on my period until like I say something, or I'll be like, I'm on my period, and I'll walk around naked, and he's like, wait, I thought you mean that? I thought you said you were on your period. So that is something that you can play around, but just not intercourse. So
Okay.
and one thing though I've been getting about is taking it back to the health part. My apologies,
Yeah.
take it back. But I had a client who had bled very, very heavy, because I know a lot of people are like, well, does it flow? Does it spill? Does it come out? How does it work? And so this particular woman, she went through one box of tampons and one box of pads every day. She had a medical condition, was bleeding, and she'll bleed that much for 2 weeks. And so I gave her a menstrual cup and laughed. And she was like, this little thing is not going to help me. It's not going to do it. And so I was like, just trust me, here, it's going to change. And same thing happened to her. Like, she absolutely loves it. She she said she doesn't go through so many tampons and pads anymore. I forget the medical condition she had. Is it fibromyalgia? I can't remember, but she bled really heavy very often. But she got rid of the pads and the tampons, and she just dumps her cup more often than most. So, like, once an hour or so. But she's saving so much money. And her partner, again, we used to call her Diaper Lady. This is when she came back to me. She said, he doesn't call me Diaper Lady anymore because I can walk around naked, or I can take whatever, and I don't have to worry about all of those precautions that I used to have to worry about. So
Yeah.
it definitely helps. Instead of the string, or any of that, you can use the bathroom without having to change it, because the string, there is no string, it's just a little stem. So it definitely makes a difference.
And speaking of making a difference, you are looking to make a difference around the world, and people don't even understand how much of a shortage sanitary napkins are around the world in other third world countries, and you are looking to make a difference. I know also another young lady from Detroit that is on a mission to do some really great things in other countries. But tell me, why is it so important for you not only to give back here in your community and the people here in our country, but to give back to people around the world?
Because period poverty is a real thing. Like, it's a real thing that nobody think about, and I had experienced it one time a few years ago, where I was not working and I was in a relationship where he was working, and I had to ask him for money for my pads. Like that, at that moment, it was just like that it just kind of dawned in my head. If I have to ask, imagine how many women around the world don't even have the resources to get the necessities that they need. They have periods too, just like we have, and they can't get to it. And so my goal is to become, a resource to where, every cup sold is one cup donated. And then I want to be able to give, to the villages across the world, because it's a real thing. Like, it's something we don't worry about here in modern America. But, I helped a village last year with food and water in the Philippines. They were 40 miles away from the nearest road, and they were in a mountain town. So to get to the village, you have to get all your needs and everything that you need for the week. They only went to the market once a week as a village. So, like, imagine if in between that week someone gets their period. That'll be one of the villages that I will send the menstrual cups to, because, they're 40 miles from the nearest road, and then that road takes you to the village, and then they don't have the money to get there. There's only one car, and it's 400 people in this village. So, that right there, I don't think that just because they're in that village, they should suffer when their period comes and then have to worry about that money to get the sanitary napkins. Like, you just need one. You just need one, and it'll make a difference in a woman's life. I promise you.
Well, you are definitely a woman that's making a difference, and definitely a woman on a mission. I want to ask you, what are some of the influences that you have that influence you to continue to push through, despite the hardships and the obstructions and the challenges that you face being an entrepreneur? Who's influenced you?
Well, where I'm from, I'm usually the one that it's my environment. It's not necessarily one particular person. I mean, of course, my mom, like she definitely like do not give up. You know, you got it and everything like that. You know, but it was more so like I had a vision in my mind, and it's like I had to go for it. I had to go for it, but I want to help people along the way, and that's my biggest thing is helping people. And so it was like, how can I help and make the biggest impact? What can I do to help make anyone's situations better? You know, along the way, still getting to the goal that I want to go. And so my mom was always a strong figure, you know. But then medical and things, and the older I get, it's like, okay, I've become this not for me, but for my daughter, my niece, my sisters, my my younger sisters. I have minor sisters, sisters who are minors, I should say. So it's like I kind of have to be that person, if that makes any sense. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's like I have so much depending on me. I kind of have to keep going and be patient.
Now, what does the future look like for the Vesi Cup, and what does the future look like for you?
Yes. So my goal for Vesi Cup is to get into big box stores. I'm thinking about. Well, I will start with local stores here in the city, but I really want to be like, you walk into CVS, you see Vesi. You walk into Walmart, you see Vesi Cup. You think Honey Pot, you think Vesi Cup. You think Diva Cup, you think Vesi Cup. And so, like,
Yeah.
I really want to become a household brand. That's Black owned. Because that is something too that we need to own our share. I'm a firm believer in that too. Um, but that I just really want to become national. I have national sales, but you know what I mean, like a national brand name, household name for Vesi Cup. So that's where I'm going. I'm heading that way. And for myself, like I said, I just want to be a resource for people, and then to also turn around and help women who have ideas and turn them into actual items. So, it was an idea 2 years ago, and now here I am with an actual product, a break product and everything. So I want to be able to help women who necessarily don't know where to go or what to do or how to start, and if I can be a resource, and by means, I'm no mogul, I'm a single mom. And, if I could help, I will. Like I said, I definitely want to be that resource.
Now, being a beautiful mom that's single, you're not a single mom. You're a mom that's single, okay?
Mom.
Yeah, you're a mom that's single, and a beautiful mom at that. And speaking of being a beautiful mom, you are leaving a legacy not only for your daughter, but so many women and daughters to come. What do you want to tell young women that are watching you right now, little girls that are watching you right now with that little idea or with that product, that they don't have that environment that supports them? What do you want to say to those young ladies and those women and those young men as well?
Yes, I would say don't worry about what other people think and say. Like literally, if it doesn't change your life or if it doesn't hurt you, I guess you could say physically, like just keep going. Like don't worry about them. I was the little nerdy girl that sat in the front of the class with her glasses and her books and the book bag. I wasn't the always this glamour queen. I was the nerdy geeky girl, and you kind of just you have to find yourself, really find yourself, find what you like and stick to it. Don't like things because other people like them. If I just kept going on with the crowd, I would have never have thought to start this company or a menstrual cup. So I would say don't follow the crowd, be the crowd, be yourself, and literally love yourself, find yourself, because that right there, once you find yourself and become comfortable with yourself, nothing can stop you. No one else, anything anybody could say, it just rolls off you. Just be like, okay, you think that's nice. Watch me do what I want to do. So that's the best advice I can give anyone, especially young women. Be yourself. Be yourself, because then eventually they're going to want to be like you. So that's what I tell my daughter all the time. Don't follow them.
Okay, and that right there is the power of a conversation. Now, Carlita, every time I have a guest on the show, I like to play a little game with them. It's called the survival kit. Are Are you ready to play? Are you down to play?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now I'm going to name 3 items, okay? The 3 items I name, you use one, you lose one, or you give one away. You ready? Okay.
Yes.
All right. First group, you use one, lose one, give one away. A pack of cookies, a hoodie, barbecue pit. Use one, lose one, give one away. Cookies, a hoodie, or a barbecue pit.
A pack of cookies, I will give away.
Okay.
The barbecue pit, I would use.
Okay.
And you say the hoodie?
You gonna lose it?
I will lose, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay.
I need it, but I need to.
Bet. All right. Second round. Second round. Don't forget, lose one, use one, and give one away. A pair of socks, your purse, apple seeds. A pair of socks, your purse, apple seeds.
Okay. A pair of socks, I will give away.
Okay.
I will. Now this is survival, right?
It's survival. You got to survive.
Well, I don't have nothing to eat in my purse. I can't. So I will have to lose that one. I will plant the seeds and use them.
Okay. Last round. We're going to use one, lose one, and give one away. A straw, a toothbrush, cotton balls. Use one, lose one, give one away. A straw, toothbrush, cotton balls.
I'm gonna have to use the straw. I'm gonna give away the toothpick. You say toothpick, right? Toothbrush, yes, toothbrush. No, give away the toothbrush and use the cotton. Lose the cotton balls.
Okay, well listen, thank you so much, Miss Carletta, for playing the survival kit with me. Listen, I truly enjoyed you as a guest on the show today. I look forward to supporting the Vesi Cup. Now, how can people find you and support you?
Yes, absolutely. So Vesi Cup on everything. VesiCup.com, Vesi Cup on Instagram, Vesi Cup on Facebook. Simply Google me, Vesi Cup. It's literally or info@VesiCup.com is my email. It's just Vesi Cup. I've been very much branding myself all across the board. Or just give us a call, 313-444-5553.
Beautiful. Listen, I hope you all enjoyed the show today with my very special guest, the one and only, the beautiful Miss Carlettia Ellis in the building, the product developer and owner of Vesi Cup. Listen, we got to make sure that we get out here and support her. Listen, if you enjoyed today's show, I want to hear from you. Listen, make sure you follow us on social media at Zsa Zsa C Hubbard, or you can click the link at www.zsasihubbard.com. And hey, if you want to write to us at P.O. Box 27866, Detroit, Michigan 48227. Listen, I hope you enjoyed the show today. I really enjoyed my very special guest. I want to thank her again, and that was the power of a conversation. Until next week, I will see you again. Peace.